don't drive as much as I used to. I used to drive a couple hundred miles every day, going store to store to store and all that. Oh, now Grant and Connor get to do that more than I do. So when we first started in the business, you're actually sitting in the original showroom, and this was a small door, and that's where we unloaded everything. It was a 6,000 square foot showroom, which now we've got over, I think, 500,000 square feet. So a little difference in growth through the years. One semi load filled this whole place up, and we didn't have a loading dock back in those days, so it was literally park the truck here. We couldn't even get a semi down around behind the building, so we had to park the truck in the driveway, unload it in the driveway, and then bring it all in and unbox it. We didn't know anything about setting up the floor, so it was just what do you do for display? It was just line it up and make it look as neat as you could, and took a little while to figure out that that's not the way we did it. So that was the back end as far as getting the business going. It was my dad and myself. Actually, my mom was in it at the very beginning, and a couple of my sisters worked in here. And so child labor laws were being broken all over the place because that's what we did. And then they would sell stuff during the day, and then at night we'd go deliver it when one of the kids, or two of the kids, because a lot of times it was me and my sister carrying one end and my dad carrying the other end of the piece to get it in the house, or if they could con the customer into helping out. And that's that was probably the first year and a half, 2 years of business, how we started. Saturdays was always a busy day down here at the lake to go do deliveries. I'd be in the store as a 12, 13-year-old selling to customers, and my dad would be out on delivery, or vice versa. That's how I spent my summers a lot, and every weekend. And that's how we built the business up, was coming up through that. And I think that's why the passion of the business, as we've grown, we've gotten way, way better at the front end, and, the marketing, the merchandising, the purchasing, and even some of the back end stuff. I can remember when we went from mailing orders, actually handwriting an order to a vendor, sticking in an envelope with a stamp on it, and you'd mail it to them. Maybe a week later you'd call them and say, "Hey, did you get that order?" and verify it. And then the fax machine came along, and boy, that sped things up. It was great. And now it's EDI, electronic data interchange, and it just goes through, and voila, it's there. That progression, I think, is something that anybody younger than 40 will never appreciate how slow things used to be, snail mail, all that kind of stuff. First delivery truck was an old bread truck, and it had a metal floor, and in the metal floor doesn't mix well with putting furniture on it. It was a rib floor, so if you put anything wood in there, you're going to chip it. So we had to always put down pads and take extra care so we didn't damage stuff. I think that's where the love of the business came from for me, was being able to do that, take it to a customer's home, go into the customer's home, see people's lives change, because a lot of times they were getting their first, second home here at the lake, or they were retiring, or, they had moved their stuff out for their kids to get married. You get to be part of life's events, which is really super fun to me. It's not about throwing out merchandise and doing that part. It's hearing people's stories and, seeing if they've built a new house and how proud they are of it, and they want to show you everything. And, you really connect with the consumer that way, which has always been the cool part to me to get to experience. But, as we've evolved, and like I say, we've gotten way better at the display. We've actually gone to some classes, had some people teach us stuff on display and on computers and warehousing even. But the thing that still makes or breaks the business is that delivery, that connection when guys carry something into a home. If they damage something in the home, doesn't go well, that's not good. So, that's the piece that I think is still the hardest to train on and take care of the consumer, because it's a big deal to them. We're like, you're one of 40 stops today, and it's like, no, it's special to them, and I think that connection needs to be made. To our delivery staff, our warehouse staff, that they miss a lot of times, because they don't get to meet the customer on the front end like we used to. We used to do everything from nuts to bolts. Unload the semi, unbox the stuff, put it on the floor, wait on the customers, pay the invoices, schedule the ads, and then go deliver it. And it's so different now because of the size that we've grown to. Everybody's a little more specialized, which makes things more efficient, but kind of loses a little bit of piece of that joy of seeing the whole process. So, I got to learn with my dad construction business, which was kind of cool. We actually added on to this showroom several times, which was a fun process. Poured concrete, we broke out the walls in here, did a lot of that stuff ourselves. Which I don't know if that was good or bad. No building codes, so you can get away with a lot. But then again, no building codes. I don't know if that was good. Still standing, so he must have known what he was doing. We're still here in the same building, so must have worked out okay. But yeah, it was kind of cool to learn how to do that process too on that side, take care of the facilities, add on for growth, and even some ground up builds that we've done that we participated literally with the labor of. One summer, I think I was 20. We were building the Jeff City store, and I got to lay block. I got to pour concrete, got to run a backhoe, got to run a bulldozer. Just experiences that everybody doesn't get to do, which is kind of cool, kind of fun to learn how to do that stuff. The best thing my dad taught me is how to work hard. Show up, do what you say you're going to do, and just work hard, and you'll come out okay. We've survived good times and bad times, and it's easy to get down on them both, honestly. Because when it's good and you're super busy, customers still expect the same service, and you might have to put in a few more hours to give up, your weekend so that your customers are happy. And he definitely instilled that in. That's the way you do it, because that's what you told your customers, so you take care of them. Probably the other attribute that I contribute to my dad a lot is just thinking on your feet. If you got a problem, solve it, move on, get it fixed. Don't dwell on the problem, do something about it. So, and I think, that's one of our core values, be solution oriented, and that would definitely come all the way from him all the way down to today, because it's a big thing for us. Just take care of your problems, your issues, and move on. So.